Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. I have my crystal ball off to the side, so I will be scrying throughout this message. If you're new to my channel, my readings are a little different, and if you're returning, welcome back. You know how we do. If it doesn't resonate with you, if you're forcing the story to fit or arguing with it in any way, just leave it behind for the people who it's meant for. So channel members, you will have the next in your Major Arcana series video post Tuesday or Wednesday, and we will be covering the Hermit card. So if you're interested in that video or any of the Major Arcana series video or any of the videos that's been made in this series available for members, definitely check the membership link down in the description box. So let's go ahead and let's get started. I will predominantly be reading from the crystal ball, but we'll be supplementing some of the information from Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle deck. Okay, so right off the bat inside the crystal ball, one thing that I'm seeing a window. Inside this window on the other side, I'm seeing a forest. So it speaks to me about how we see a particular transition or some sort of like, we're waiting for something. That's the energy that I get. We're waiting for something. Inside this window, I see a bird of prey. And this is either a hawk or an owl. I can't tell. It's just kind of hunched. And it seems to be facing the future. And so we're looking forward towards the future. We're observing something and we're waiting for something. I'm seeing a cup, and this cup is spilling wine. This is kind of speaking to me about emotions that we have, maybe some emotions regarding passions that we have. It might be about love. It might be about love for some of you. And one of the things that's being asked here is, oh, wow. Okay. So for some of you, this is about love. It doesn't necessarily have to be about love. I am getting an energy that it just has to do with contracts or something that requires another person's participation. I'm going to put it that way. And someone here has recently asked, so this is a message of confirmation for somebody. Someone here has recently asked for a sign that when their manifestation is coming. And so, this reading feels like it's someone's sign that a manifestation is on its way, that it's about to appear. So if you have asked for that confirmation just before clicking on this video, or maybe within a day of seeing this video appear for you, then this is your confirmation. This reading is your confirmation. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. We have the Bright Mother, and the Bright Mother is about that. It's about sensuality. It's about love. It's about nurturing. It's very heavy on the feminine energy. So it's that feminine energy of seduction, of like love, it's a little erotic, but more than that, there's a deeply emotional core behind it. So someone here, you've been trying to manifest a situation inside your life where not only do you have like the passion and you have the sensuality, but you also have that very familial love, that very bonded, connected sort of soul connection with somebody. So this is interesting because you guys know I don't normally get love readings. I actually had one last week. So it's kind of about manifesting love. So I don't know if you've seen that, then maybe that one resonated for you also, but it's coming through again. So someone definitely is coming close to this energy. When we have the Bright Mother, this really speaks to me about the moon. Now I can't pull this card up too close to the camera just because of the nudity that's on it. But there is a ribbon around this woman's right arm. And so this is kind of speaking to me about the whole hand fasting ritual. Whoever's coming in for whoever asked for a sign, it does look like there's an individual that's coming in that you could build a home with. We have 1 and 6 at the top of this card, and this seems long-term with that hand fasting symbol coming through. Now there are some flowers in this card. I don't know what the flowers are supposed to be. They're almost reminding me of gardenias, and so there's something very alluring about the smell. Gardenias are very like spicy, very like deep smelling, and so there's something almost fiery about the quality of whatever this connection is for whoever this message is for. There is a little creature down on the bottom right that is pouring some water out, and so there is an energy of this deep replenishment that is coming through. So someone here, there is some sort of deep emotional connection that's coming in for you. I want to say there's a face in the background in this card, and this face is very shadowy. There's some sort of dark, edgy element to this energy, and what it seems to be is that there is a little bit of I don't want to say toxicity. It's almost like a fear that we go into this situation with, and so just be mindful of that. There seems to be some sort of fear that we go into this situation with just because of the past, right? And whatever that fear is, it's something that I think you're actually going to do a very good job at holding back. Just because this face is way off in the background. It's not necessarily in the foreground. It's not influencing anything. But again, it is observing. So I think because of this fear, you're going to spend some time really observing this situation before you get in too deep, right? So maybe you're the type of person that in the past you used to rush into things. You used to just, let your emotions take over. And the next thing you know, the person's practically moving in right after you meet them. Something like that. Like, that's kind of the energy this is giving me. And someone has had to learn the hard way to learn to just kind of chill it a little bit and get to know somebody for who they actually are rather than our projections of who they are, so that they can show us, right? So that they can show us who they actually are and if they are worth our emotional investment. And this is wise. This is very smart. Someone here has done a lot of hard work on their heart space and healing certain codependencies. Absolutely. Okay, inside of this, I'm also seeing a bell. And a bell, for me, it's that vibration, right? It's that sound vibration. We've changed something about our own vibration, and that's why we have something very beautiful coming in. I feel that somebody here has been recently tested. Also, I'm seeing like a pencil do like checks on a paper. So I think somebody here has recently been tested. And I hate to use that terminology, but I don't want to go into the whole explanation of what I actually mean. So I'm just going to stick with it. But usually this happens, right? I always hear stories about people who are like, yeah, I met this amazing person, but just before that, so-and-so came back. Some of you, I had done a reading in December that talked about a plot twist at the end of December about people returning. So some of you may have experienced that. You may have experienced someone from the past who you had once had an involvement in with, who you already saw that it wasn't correct for you. Maybe they came back at the end of December, and maybe, you were able to kind of keep your heart space to yourself. Right? It doesn't mean that, you're not necessarily speaking to the person or trying to be their friend, but you're not entertaining them the way that you would have in the past had they returned. That's definitely what I'm seeing here for somebody. We've passed some sort of test. And so if these things are confirming this for you, then this is probably your reading. We have a four of swords. Ooh. So I'm going to say that. Just because that's how I was first interpreting it. With the four swords, we have this energy of kind of like taking a break and healing. So some of you really focused on taking a break and healing. You may be single for a very long time in that event. But what this is there's a 4 on the top, but this is here of the fiery sword. This is about getting clear on something. There's a lot of energies that we've had to clear away in our life in order to make space to be able to self-reflect enough to be able to come to this place of healing. Now I'm seeing something else inside of the crystal ball. I'm seeing, it's like a black Labrador now. It's like a black lab. So I'm almost getting that there's this energy of deep loyalty that we've been looking for that we've never actually found. And this individual who's coming towards you does seem to have that energy definitely deeply embodied. I don't know that you're really going to feel that way. It's almost like this person has certain qualities that when you first meet them, you're almost going to think that this person's a player or that they're not really serious, right? And it's because this person is just... It's like they are the type of person that has a lot of charisma. They have a lot of personality. They're extremely attractive. And that usually goes hand in hand with the things that you're used to. However, this person is very mature. And this person still has that charm, right? They're who they are. They're this beautiful, like very... I almost feel like magnetic, extremely magnetic person, but they are very wise, whoever this person is. The owl symbolism keeps coming up for me. So this person's extremely wise, and they have their own measure of observation that they're doing over this situation too, because since they do have wisdom, they're not trying to rush into anything any more than you are. So I like this. It's like a meeting of minds is taking place. I do feel that that's one way that you all will connect, is one is going to be very intellectually, and then it's going to be emotionally. We see that even with Tom the poet. Tom the poet is somebody who is very emotional, and yet they use their intellect to create these beautiful works of creativity. This person may be somebody who writes. They may be somebody that's very good with words. They may be somebody who is just extremely creative. But this person has this aspect of them, and it goes back to the shadowy face in the background again. Again, nothing toxic. That's not what I'm picking up on. But there is an edge of darkness in this. And this person has moments where they really mull over things and they kind of brood, right? And I think that this person has had a really hard life. This individual that's coming towards you, the reason why they're so mature, the reason why they're so, I don't want to say reserved, well composed. I'll put it that way, is because they had a very, very rough life and they've healed themselves. They've done just as much healing as you have. And this person still has moments where their energy gets kind of down, right? They're not completely healed from these things. And so this person requires someone who has some patience. It doesn't mean they're going to put you through any BS or anything like that, but don't have unreasonable expectations of this person and give them the space and grace to be a whole human being who has various aspects to their personality. This individual has been through a lot, whoever this is. This person comes through with a very heavy fighter energy. Not that they're going to fight you, but that in their life they've really had to fight for some things. And maybe they even tell you that they were literally a fighter. But this person has a lot of scars. Possibly, I am feeling that this person may have like scars physically, but this person has them kind of running deep. And it's not that they're not trying to heal. They're on their healing journey as well. And they understand how to treat a person. So that's the important part. Now, yeah, this is a person who very much has had to go within. This is himself. This is where somebody truly understands themselves and they see themselves. And we have Mick a Muckle coming out after that. This is where a person has had to learn to let go of the heaviness and the seriousness inside of their life in order to embrace that inner child energy. So this person may, part of their charisma, part of their magnetism is that they have a really good sense of humor, right? They know how to make people laugh. They know how to make people like them. And that's something that I think is going to raise a red flag for you, because you may be used to somebody who got people to like them in order to kind of get something from them, right? And that's not who this person is. So there will be a little bit of, there may be a little bit of a danger because your emotions are getting involved, that you might project past experiences onto this person. So that may be why you're in this observational mode with this owl or this hawk that keeps coming through. Whoever this reading is for, you've been trying to manifest this for a very long time. We do have the Dark Lady on the bottom. I love that because for me, she is kind of the counterpart to this card whenever I'm pulling from this deck. So one of the things that's happening here is this individual seems to embody, whether they're male or female, it doesn't matter. They seem to embody this very bright energy, whereas the person I'm reading for, you're very comfortable with your subconscious spaces. I think this person is too. They just tend to be a little bit more outgoing. So whoever I'm reading for, you may be more of the hermit. You may be somebody that isolates a little bit more. You really enjoy your alone time. This really indicates to me that you've gone through a lot of personal healing, done a lot of shadow work. You may even find that dark goddesses resonate with you, for example, for some of you. Just now, the name Imogen just came through, Imogen, so I don't know if that's important for somebody. Here we have the Maiden, and the Maiden represents something new. This is a new creation, something new that's going to be birthed. It might be literal. Some of you might be looking for somebody to have a child with. If so, that is showing up here. But more than that, what I'm seeing is that this is the start of something new and beautiful. So whoever this message is for, you do seem to have this energy coming towards you. I do want to pull a couple more cards here from this deck. Oh, we get it again. I can't even make this up. The self, right? This person and you mirror each other in all the right ways, and you complement each other in all of the right ways. This person has done this sort of deep level shadow work, so have you, and so now that shadow, I don't want to say the shadow, the subconscious space is really resonating something new out from that heart space. There's a lot of beliefs about love, lots of ideas about love that had to be rewritten in both of you, and you've both done this. One of the things that is standing out to me with that is this, how that seems to mirror each other, but it's not exactly similar, right? They both have different lives, they both had different paths, they all had different wounds to heal, but there's something that really mirrors deep down inside. Now, I want to preface it this way. This speaks to me about air, this speaks to me about water. Those might be important signs zodiacally for you when you meet this person. But more than that, there's going to be one person who's deeply emotional and the other person's going to be a little bit more intellectual. This will cause problems if you're always looking for the intellectual person to give you compliments, to, soothe any insecurities. I would like to say that whoever's attracting this energy has kind of taken care of things like that. But this person will be open to providing those things, but you have to communicate that, right? You have to say, this is my love language. This is what I need from you. Because this person, they get very stuck in their head. That's why they get into these like brooding moods sometimes. They're a little bit more used to thinking, less used to feeling. It's not to say that they can't navigate their way around their emotional states or their feelings. They've done that kind of work. It's just that they have a little bit more, right? And it is because they get in their head a little bit. So there may be times where this individual could really use somebody saying, hey, let's go do something, like let's change the energy a little bit, rather than seeing them kind of be in their moods and let them sit there. Obviously sometimes we got to let people feel the way that they feel, right? But there's going to be times where this person may need some help. If you're not open to helping this person, I think that this is a person that if you meet them, this is a manifestation for you, and it's trying to extend you to open up a little bit more energy than maybe you've been giving. So for example, if you had to heal from people who took too much from you, you might be finding that you're in a place where you're not willing to give it all. That's not how a relationship works, right? And you're attracting a person here who's going to require you to open that up a little bit more. Not that they're taking from you, it's a mutual exchange. This person would be just as willing to help you as you're willing to help them, but it may be challenging for some of you. Okay, and then we have the unseen. So this is something that you don't currently see, and one of the I'm taking it literally, and one of the reasons is because this person may have to actually travel. This person may be at a distance, or you may meet them when you're traveling. This person also, you might meet them when you're at, for example, some sort of spiritual retreat, or it's almost like, okay, if I'm honest, the feeling that I'm getting isn't that there's actually like this travel or anything like that. It's almost as though, very interesting. Okay, let me back that up. That changed on me a little bit. It's this feeling of, if you were to cross somebody, like if you were to cross someone or pass by somebody on the street, right? But that person normally doesn't take that street, and neither do you. It's that kind of energy where there's something out of our way that we're doing, which is how we actually find this person, we actually meet this person. That doesn't mean like all of a sudden start orchestrating ways to go out of your way. It's something that naturally happens, right? It's a choice that you naturally make, and you'll probably look back and be like, oh my God, that was out of my way, and you didn't even realize it. So just let it happen, right? Because it's going to happen the way that it's going to happen. It's almost like there's something that you don't see when you pick this other option or this other place. Maybe you're going to a friend's house and you normally don't go to this friend's house when they have other people over, or maybe it's a show that you wouldn't normally go to, or something like that. Like it's something that you wouldn't normally do, and then you just cross paths, and it's something this person normally wouldn't do either. So it's almost as though the self is really guiding and inspiring a path of action. I'm hearing one more, and this is going to be the final card. This card is going to be the energy of this relationship, Page of Wands. So I'm going to say something. I really love this. And the reason why is because the Page of Wands is this youthful exuberance. It is a student. It's an adventurer. It's somebody who is an astral traveler at times. It's somebody who really gets into their passions, immerses themselves inside of their passions, and they build on it, right? The Page of Wands doesn't stay a page forever. The page becomes a knight. The page becomes the king. And this right now isn't speaking to me about this sort of passionate immaturity that I think a lot of times it comes out as. Right now, given the context of the rest of the reading, this feels like this fresh start. This person's going to feel like a breath of fresh air. And in some ways, I think that this is going to scare you, and it might even scare them, because you're both going to feel like this person is too good to be true, right? Especially this person. This person may, if this person happens to, or, it might be you, but I'm getting an energy that someone here, maybe both of you, are going to kind of back off a little bit, not in a game playing way, but it's because they get caught in their emotions because they're really worried that this is something that is just going to get pulled out from under their feet again. And they'll get through it. They'll work through it. You know, it's not that you're sitting around waiting for them. You're just going to notice that their energy kind of backs off slightly. Not that they don't call you or that they don't text you, or, you know, it's nothing like that. If somebody does that, just, it's not the person, right? This person's not on that BS ride. This person has done their work. It's just that their mind is going to get the better of them for a little, maybe a day or two, where, you know, you might not sense the same energy behind things, and it's just because they're working through their own fears, but they will work through it, whoever this person is. So if you end up entertaining somebody who doesn't work through it and who does like super disrespectful things, like just ghosts you for a few days, just not the person. It's not this person. This is an energy here where this person is going to learn to grow with you and is going to learn to evolve with you. And you guys actually are going to have quite a few adventures together. So I'm going to leave this here. I think this is everything that's coming through. So this is a beautiful energy. And whoever this person is, I think that they just seem amazing. It's a really good energy. Obviously, you know, they're going to have quality flaws, right? They're going to have character flaws. So be aware of that. You know, we're not attracting somebody that's like super perfect or anything like that, because that doesn't exist. This person's going to have things that you don't like. You're going to have things that this person doesn't like, but that level of respect is going to be there, that you guys can work through these things and you guys can help each other grow. So, this is beautiful. If this resonates for you and this is something you've been asking about and you've been trying to manifest, feel free to like this video, and until next time.